Here's my analysis of the number 9 Baylor men's basketball game against West Virginia. The final score was 79-67, which every time Baylor is not allowed 70 points, about 70 points or less, 70 points or less, they win the game. They're undefeated, believe it or not. The final score did indicate how Baylor was much better than West Virginia in this game. They were up 18 late, and West Virginia got garbage time points. West Virginia for the game didn't shoot the ball bad, 45.3%, 24 for 53 overall. But most of those shots made were twos, not threes. They only made 7 out of 21. 12 for 16 on free throws, 29 rebounds, 14 of those offensive, 18 assists, 8 steals, 3 blocks, 13 turnovers, 15 fouls, and that's 6, 10, 13, 16, 27 points off the bench. But Baylor had 17. So yeah, the advantage goes to West Virginia there. But Baylor shot the ball too good in this game. 51%. 26 for 51 overall. 14 for 27 on 3, which is 51.9%. Which 8 of those came from LJ Cryer in this game, which is tied for the third most made threes in the game in Baylor history. Yeah. He had more threes made than West Virginia by himself. The last one to hit 8 threes or more in the game was Maceo Teague with 10 in that March 7th game in 2021 against Texas Tech. 13 for 15 on free throws, 86.7%. Which is good, really good in the game. 25 rebounds, 11 of those offensive. Yeah, he got rebounded, but he shot the ball better than they did. And most of those shots for West Virginia anyway were like putbacks. 19 assists, 6 steals, 1 block, 13 turnovers, 16 fouls. Now over individual numbers. Adam Flagler had a good game. 13 points on 5 for 9 shooting, 2 for 4 on 3, 1 for 1 on free throws, 1 rebound, 6 assists, 1 turnover, 2 fouls, which both of those were in the first half and didn't foul again. LJ Cryer had 26 points, 2 short of his career high. 8 for 12 shooting, 8 for 11 on threes. 2 for 2 on free throws, 1 rebound, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. Keontae George didn't score the ball a ton compared to last time against West Virginia, but he made an impact in other ways. 6 points on 1 for 4 shooting, 1 for 3 on threes, which he got an and 1. And he made 3 out of 3 on free throws, but he had 9 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 7 assists, 4 steals, but he did have 4 turnovers. That needs to be corrected. 3 fouls. Flo Thamba had 5 points on 2 for 5 shooting, 1 for 2 on free throws, 5 rebounds, 3 of those offensive, 2 turnovers, 3 fouls. That's it. Jalen Bridges, he was motivated for this game. And I know his shooting percentage was not that great. I know it wasn't. 12 points on 3 for 9 shooting, 1 for 4 on threes, 5 for 6 on free throws though. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 2 fouls. He was motivated for this game. A little bit more to him because he knew a couple of those West Virginia guys besides Bob Huggins. Let's just make that clear. Langston Love had 6 points on 2 for 4 shooting, both of those 2 out of 3 are from 3. 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 foul. Jordan Turner played 1 minute, didn't record a single stat. Same thing goes for Dale Ponder. Jake Youngkin had 0 points on 0 for 1 shooting, which was a 3. Caleb Lohner had 0 points on 0 for 1 shooting, which that one was a 3, but it was like you had to force that one up because the shot clock was running down. 1 turnover, 1 foul. Oh, by the way, yeah, never mind. Joshua Wuna even played in the game, which, if it wasn't for Jonathan Chama Chachua coming back, he would play more. I know he would. But it's not like an insult to him. But John is more experienced and better right now. And he didn't record a single stat in this game. But Jonathan Chama Chachua, he had a good first game. A season high in points, which I know it's not saying a lot given how many games he's played. But 11 points on 5 for 7 shooting. He didn't even shoot a single 3 in this game, but 1 for 1 on free throws. He was posting up and being like a Hakeem Olajuwon down there. I know he's shorter, but you gotta think of that. And he has a 3-point shooting ability too. He did have 3 rebounds, 2 of those offensive, 1 steal, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 turnover, 2 fouls. Most of the 6 of those turnovers were early in the game, but after that, they only committed 7 for the rest of the game. So, and the only reason why West Virginia was hanging around it for a bit, one, slow start for Baylor, but once they got on the run, they never allowed them to take the lead. Sure, they tied it at one time, but they never did. Now, West Virginia is now 4-9 in the conference, 15-11 overall. They have to host Texas Tech, which they're coming off an upset win over Texas in Lubbock. So that is a game right there for West Virginia that you cannot lose if you want to make the postseason. At home against Oklahoma State. I'm all for you trying to create chaos and make the league better. In terms of how many teams go to the NCAA tournament. Then on the road to Kansas, that's going to be tough. On the road to Iowa State, Iowa State's kind of fading a bit, but they're better at home than on the road. No. And you get to host Kansas State, which you barely lost that game. Now, Baylor, on the other hand, has a really interesting stretch of games here. First of all, they got to go on the road to Kansas. I'm going to do a preview on that game, but this Kansas team is not as good as, in terms of height, they're not the same team as compared to the past. And they even lost at home to TCU by over 20 points. So, but I know they're going to be extra motivated after we beat them down here. On the road to Kansas State, that's going to be tough too. And they're number 12 at that. To me, you need to find a way to split those. I would say beat Kansas State and whatever happens. Just find a way to split. But if you can win both, I'll take it. Then you have a home game against Texas, which is already a sellout, by the way. It is. So, then you got go on the road to Oklahoma State. That's not an easy place to play. And the last game is against Iowa State, which they beat you soundly last time. But this time, you're playing better. And you have Everyday John back. And this does affect the standings because Texas did lose. Now there's a tie for first place as of right now. 9-4 in the conference for both Texas and Baylor, but Texas won that game, so they win. They're up number 1 right now, technically. Kansas has not played, 8-4. Kansas State 7-5. Iowa State 7-5. Oklahoma State 7-5. TCU 6-6. West Virginia 4-9. Texas Tech 3-10. And Oklahoma's 2-10. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe. And see you guys later. 500 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.